Hey chat, how we doing today? I have acquired a brand new bed and oh my god, is it so comfortable. I've been waiting weeks for this thing. I honestly, I got a phone call yesterday, right? Saying, oh yeah, we're gonna deliver your bed tomorrow. So it came around to today and I was just like, I was waiting and by the time I got around to 2 o'clock, so like roughly about an hour ago, I was thinking like shit these guys aren't going to arrive today because they've been taking so long trying to get back to me. And then not 10 minutes after I mentioned this to my grandmother who was sitting in the front room, did I get a phone call saying, "Hey, we're going to be delivering your bed in like 15, 20 minutes." And yeah, they sure did. It is a big bed too. Anyway, today we have got. So this is gonna change the way that this entire scene looks because I am gonna be starting on landscaping. Like I'm gonna be deciding like how the buildings are elevated, like additional positioning and all that sort of thing. So I did not pull up PureRef before the stream. That was a bit silly of me. Sometimes PureRef just decides that it doesn't want to open up at all, so I have to sometimes coerce it into working as intended. Anyways, just make sure that chat's on top, and here we go. So, something that's pretty common, more so in the first game than the second game, but very common throughout the series. I can't stand those wide arrival times. I had delivery between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. that I had to be home for. Yeah, it's a bunch of shit because, because when I was in the shop ordering said bed, I said to them like, "Hey, so like, what's the delivery time frame on it?" And the woman looked me in the eye and said, "We can give you a day, but we cannot assign you a time for delivery. Like, we will just call you an hour before it gets delivered." And I was just like, "Yeah, I have to be okay with that because I kind of need this bed, to be honest." So, it's less prominent in first levels though, the incline thing, but it is there. Like, I believe this section here is lowered down. There's inclines here, but that doesn't really count. It's mainly just like this section back here. And then, like, the more levels you go through, the more obvious the extra inclines are. Like, this one's still relatively flat, like Prague, which I believe this is episode 5. And then this is Canada, this is episode 7, and there's a lot more uh, change between elevation than there is here. Like, there's a lot of elevation change here, but for the most part, this section here is flat. Oh, by the way, Likely, I have a new toy for you, and for the rest of Twitch side. I think, and I'm not entirely certain, I think I've got exclamation point clip working now. So that should hopefully be a fun time for y'all to catch me in 4K whenever I sneeze. Alright, Canada has a lot of inclines as well. Yeah. See, it's working now. And I've also set up for both sides of the coin, I've set up exclamation point goals. Oh wait, it worked? Yeah. I'm glad to see that it is actually working, because I tested it before stream and it says can't clip an offline channel. I was like, yeah, that tracks. I added exclamation point goals to both sides of the coin, so whenever somebody in chat types in goals, it will show the goals for that specific chat. So Twitch has their own goals and YouTube has their own goals as well. And it is copied from the goals that I have set up on the Discord, which has its own individual goal, but all the goals are listed there. Yes, incline in Venice as well. So I'm thinking the way this is probably going to work, and I, for once, had the foresight to load up my graphics tablet before stream started. So the way that I imagine this would work is I would have the dock section be the lowest part of the level. And like inherently this here is going to be like this boat here is already going to be inclined and whatnot. That's not my main concern. So it's fine. I probably won't need to be using this annotation later anyway. So the incline that I'm thinking of setting up is have this section here up to, I believe, yeah, that's where the dock ends. So roughly around here. So this section here is going to be the lowest elevation of the level. Because it makes most sense that you go down towards the docks. And then there's the garden section here. I also want to keep this probably at a relatively low elevation, if not slightly higher. Falls in here. Hi. Hey, Wern, how you doing? I am just working out elevation for this map. Like, I've set up a lot of buildings and whatnot, but I haven't figured out any elevation. That was kind of silly of me. I should have done this at the start of the project. Hey, Foxy, how you doing? If everyone stays in today, we might be able to get 2 of 4 towards channel points. Hopefully. So, if I'm going to have this be elevated, or it's going to be slightly lower elevation than the rest of the map. Oh, hey, Carmen, how you doing? Man, chat is, like, really here today. Did y'all, like, plan this or something? Like, what's going on? Everyone's just showed up today. So, sorry, flashing. Is there any way to stop that from happening? It'd probably just be to get the map bounds out of here. Map boundary. There we go. That should flicker less. So this top section here, I would want to have this at a probably a lower elevation than the rest of the... what did I... Oh, I accidentally... I'm sorry, Bezier? E2? Why are you here? Oh, I accidentally clicked the Bezier instead of the annotation tool. I was watching another stream just now, just wanted to peek in here. Fair enough. Ugh, why does it always have to buffer? Twitch moment. So, if I was separating these out in terms of elevation, this would probably be a separate elevation here, and these would probably also be separate. So maybe something that I can consider doing is separating this section out, like this entire section out, separate it out, and have like a boardwalk almost. I can never have just one day with no buffers. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know why Twitch hates you specifically, Foxy. Are you using hotspot or something for these? So, if I wanted to compare it to something... I cannot type and have my graphics tablet up at the same time. It's been buffering for me on streams too. I'm starting school again on Monday, so that's fantastic. Oh, I can feel the sarcasm oozing through the screen. So, if I wanted to compare it to something, it'd be something roughly similar to this, maybe? It's working fine here, built different. Yeah, I think Twitch just hates people individually. Casually switches to home internet. To be fair, my Wi-Fi has been a bit shit lately, so yeah, it's just whichever ones. Oh yeah, this is the first time that everyone's going to see this particular icon. Wern has the artist icon. And I gave that to Wern when I got access to VIP badges. So yeah, having like a split boardwalk between the actual docks themselves and like having basically a concrete wall to scale essentially would be my best idea for this. Twitch just fucking hates me, let's be real here. I think Twitch hates everyone. And I love the fact that Word is actively trying to avoid the auto emote on Twitch, and like honestly, yeah, based. Alright, so if I Get rid of map confines for a second here. Yeah, and it's all because my name is Foxy, yeah. Like, I don't want to be that. In fact, I'm not even going to make the joke because I know it's going to get misconstrued and Twitch is possibly going to ban me. As you notice, it censors Foxy. It doesn't on my screen. I think that might just be a you problem. Alright, so move all this stuff here. Oh, that's in edit mode actually. This needs to be in object mode. Thank you. Grab all these and make sure that I deselect everything related to the docs. So all those. Does this count? Probably, yeah. And then these ones here. Make sure I grab this and let's move all this up. So I'm thinking, no. If you don't have the setting on for censoring certain words, it won't show it for you. Really? So they're just like that? Why? Okay, is my character still by the dock? Yes, it is. So I was really thinking about possibly streaming Monster Hunter Stories 2 on a stream. The third one was announced just recently. Was it? I think I might have missed that. Okay, so if we wanted to raise this up, I'm thinking maybe... Yeah, on the Direct. I don't watch the Directs. Like, I truly don't... I could not give less of a darn about the Directs. When was the last time I even watched a Direct? I think it was when Sans was announced for Smash. Oh no, it was actually Steve that was announced for Smash. It was the last time I actually watched a Direct. I've been in several streams where people are like, why is Foxy censored? I want to say that it's something NSFW related, but it could just equally be the fact that Twitch just doesn't like furries. So I have no idea, like, what the deal behind that is. I'm gonna move this back, say, maybe, yeah, probably 20 meters. Because the idea is to have a space there for the walkway. And then, like, there'd be ramps going up, of course. I don't either. My friends woke me up to tell me that Magna Marlowe was revealed in the trailer. Really? You must be excited about that. It is. It's to do with the meaning of the word in general. If you look it up, you would know. Okay. I'm not saying this for the people who might be slightly underaged in my stream, but I get it. Like, I made the mistake one time of looking up what cyclonic meant on Urban Dictionary, and I have not been the same since. Alright, so add in a plane. Just make sure it's actually in the correct position. Cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, indeed. I wouldn't recommend it, by the way. I can finally have a Magna Marlowe buddy in Monster Hunter 2026. Yeah, I'm surprised. Okay. I feel like what they did for the mobile game, like Monster Hunter Now, like, I feel as though they missed the ball. It sounds adorable. Foxy, trust me, as somebody who's fought that thing in the mobile game, it is far from being adorable, I can promise you that much. Yeah, I feel like Niantic dropped the ball with the opportunity of, you know, having the monsters be tameable. It's kitty. Trust. Do not trust. That is about as much of a trap as sticking your hand on the soft underside of a cat. Do not trust. All kitties are adorable. Not that one. In fact, I'm actually going to pull this up. Magna Marlowe. I'm going to pull this up. Does this look like a safe cat to you? Does this look anywhere close to being safe? Yeah, that's what I thought, Foxy. I mean, I know Wern loves it. Wern absolutely loves Monster Hunter. But this is not your typical house cat. Like, not by a long shot. Like, that thing will shred your hands. Oh my god, Q. I am surrounded by people who probably scorned Magnamalo built different, though. I have not seen, and I am afraid to ask. So, round about there, and just extend this out to the furthest corners of the earth. So that would, yeah, cut through that, that's fine. And then grab the other side. Although, to be fair, I make fun of, like, the Monster Hunter Now monsters as though I'm not an avid player of Cookie Run Kingdom, so maybe I should keep my mouth shut. Cyclonic to me right now, after saying it's cute, I did... Yeah, like, pretty much. Like, y'all are crazy. Why? Alright, so that would probably be the basis of the dock. And then having a ramp upwards. So, just something fairly basic. Probably on each of these sections here. In fact, I'd even give one on each side here. And then maybe like one on each side here, which would give me the elevation increase that I want from this. I also want to make like almost like a brick wall that separates them, but we'll see. Back to talk about school, yeah, so they fucked my schedule, had to contact my counselor. Yeah, that's rough. Were they able to fix your schedule? I think they... Knowing Wern's luck with school, I'm going to say probably not. Okay, so we got the wall going up here, so now it's just a case of adding in some cubes. That I'm still in edit mode. So that. What I want to do is I want to grab that here, and I want to move this without moving it across. I believe that's the y-axis. So shift Y. Moving. And then I'm going to edit this first before I duplicate it. So this is 2 meters across. Maybe I want this to be 5. I'll have the size comparison up here first. Alright, move this up. I wonder if I should have it so you can climb up the sides of certain buildings using pipes. Otherwise, I can just use the basketball cages to use that. My counselor, she's awesome by the way, has helped me through a lot. Fixed my gym class because for some reason it was incorrect despite me requesting the class back in January. So what, they just didn't give you gym? Like, I feel like if there was the modern day, you would have the exact opposite problem where they would sign you up for gym even though you did not ask. Like, I feel like that should have been normally the opposite problem. Other than that, I need to check if my classes feel alright before I go request a rearrangement. That's good, she was able to get it fixed. Gave me the incorrect gym class, yep. So... go. Now, how far out do I want this to extend? Because I want this to be relatively smooth. PC crash again, but I'm back. Welcome back. Sometimes it do be like that. Ask for lifting, got adventure ed somehow. I didn't realize you lifted, Wern. Like, I'm proud of you. I just didn't realize. Did not realize your game, so to speak. And maybe... Sometimes, I mean, fair enough. I'm gonna have to extend this out by a lot, aren't I? So, extend this out, probably... Is 25 too egregious? Maybe. Mind you, like, the incline this is gonna have to be fairly even. Okay, you know what? That's not too bad, actually. No, that'd be what I'd expect from an incline that height. Yeah, and then, I can inset this and basically just extrude it down a bit, and that would just allow there to be a ledge here, so the character doesn't go flying off the side. Like, I know initially this was supposed to be an entire project where I was emulating what a game map would look like, and now I'm just straight up making a game map. Like, how did we get here exactly? Z and 180. And snap to the vertex. Y and I probably want to... What do I want to base it around? I think this is based around the same height as that, so it'll be the taller one. Oh, 3 shinies today. Oh, nice. What'd you get? I get the feeling that my chat's about to devolve into conversation about Pokemon Go. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. This is linked, right? Like this, I did Alt D this one. If not, that's fine. I can just where is it? Mirror, no. Parent, no. At least I don't think it's parent. Object data. Object relations. Relations. No, that's not it either. I'm dumb. Alright. I'll just Alt D just to make sure. I just need to move this along the X in that case. I got Noivern on Pokemon Go and immediately uninstalled my game. Goal complete. I'm surprised you don't take photos with it. Random Shuppet and Plusle almost back to back, and then later on I got the newly released shiny Tandemaus. I'm surprised you can even tell that Tandemaus is shiny, because I've seen the shiny on that thing. It is not great. So, merge that. So that will get rid of any overlap. And set that. Now, the only issue with this is that if I try and slope the outer edge up, it's going to slope in the opposite direction here. So I do need to keep that in mind when I am building this out. Oh, what? Huh now? Google time? Oh, the mouse. Yeah, the ones that should quite frankly be divorced. That one. The Tandemaus was from the completed timed research thingy. Oh, were they doing timed research for Tandemaus? Why? It's not really all that interesting. Like, the only interesting thing about Tandemaus is population bomb. Like, I could see Hectmons getting a bit funky if you were using a Tandemaus set, but other than that, I can't think of any reason why you'd want to do that. Just slide this up. I was supposed to slide it the other way. Except it is not letting me. Why is that? I'm sorry, I can't slide up? That's strange. Alright. I'll just go like that, just to prevent the clipping through the floor. I'm very behind on Pokemon. I got Scarlet, but don't use my Switch anymore. I can promise you when you're not missing out on anything. I found Scarlet to, well, in my case, Violet, to be very mid. That new Legends game, however, I love Legends Arceus. Yeah, ZA could be interesting, but it really depends on how Nintendo wants to go about doing it, you know? I'm actually going to do this. If I can. How would I go about doing this, actually? Like, I need to essentially prevent this side from being raised at all. Like, it's a good idea in theory, but in practice it can be a little weird. ZA will be interesting if it has Noivern. Yeah, you and your Noivern obsession. Scarlet and Violet were very buggy, Lamau. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I love me a good buggy game. Like, if anyone has ever watched any video I've ever created, they will know for a fact that I exist in proximity to a game and the game immediately breaks. Like, that's just a common law when it comes to any, like, video game content that I make. But for me to natively come across a glitch that bad, or glitches that bad, in regular gameplay, it's like, why? Why? It doesn't really make anything fun. It's just there. Like, shout out to Time Right Chat. Like, nobody outside of anyone who's ever followed me on Twitter would know this. I actually almost lost, and this isn't actually Scarlet and Violet's fault, but I actually almost lost a shiny Palkia one time. Not because, like, I was doing anything wrong, but I happened to be in the underground, and my Switch just decided to shit itself. Like, I was playing BDSP, and it was just like, Lamau, fuck you. Like, what was I supposed to do about that? Eventually, I managed to get the thing working again, but, like, good lord, I almost lost a really important shiny. When I found out Scarlet Violet was buggy, I just sighed. I got BDSP on release a few years ago, and that shit, bro. The Palkia that kills your Switch. No, it's the underground that kills your Switch. Palkia was innocent in this case. Palkia did nothing wrong. Cyclonic, that's literally me with Roblox. Absolutely any game I play on there, I will literally break for absolutely no reason. Yeah, like, my existence inherently just breaks video games. Like, it's literally that bad, right? And I kid you not. So, for those of you who've been on Roblox for a while know who Xyleak is. Like, my ability to glitch things is that potent that Xyleak used me to test an MM2 map one time, and I broke it, I shit you not, within 5 minutes of stepping into that game. Like, that's not even Xyleak's fault, that's just a fault of me existing in general. Like, that poor man had nothing to do with it. Alright, so I need to... I forgot that this was a problem I was having with this particular dock. I share a birthday with that guy. Xyleak, yeah. He's chill. I like him. He is a very chill guy. I wish that he would maybe pay a little bit more attention to what he names his games on Roblox sometimes, but he's chill. Like, I'm surprised that Roblox let him get away with a game just solely titled Balls. Like, Roblox just let him get away with that? I mean, like, based, but still, I am slightly confused. Oh yeah, unsure if you saw my chat about it on my server, but I recently got a DL. I have not seen anything about it, nor do I know what that means, I'm afraid. I would like to request elaboration, if you don't mind. Oh, driver's license. Hey, look, everyone, we managed to get the one thing that I couldn't. I'm not making fun of you for that. I'm just making fun of the fact that I almost got hit by a car that one time. Okay, this is gonna be a little annoying, isn't it? Went on the road. Oh, that's better. Okay, so I need to extrude this. I'm gonna extrude it down below the water. So now, if I believe it's shift in, recalculate. Oh, okay, because it was a flat plane there, it doesn't really compute. That's fine. It's what the fill command's for. And there we go. We've got ourselves a working boardwalk, hopefully. Okay, so that should give plenty of room for exploration on the dock while giving decent elevation. So all I'd have to do is just make sure that these are... Well, at least I make duplicates of these to basically just give more points to go up and down. Okay. Worm about to go Nyum? Wern really goes Nyum. Like, have you ever seen Wern play Monster Hunter? Wern goes Nyum on a regular basis. And like, and sometimes I think that's the only thing Wern is capable of doing. Okay, so I need to possibly, yeah, I need to move these back a bit more. So go edge, and this would be the closest. I'm going to lock it to this one. I'm gonna lock it to active, I believe. Ah, wait, that's the active that I want, not that one. Now, why is that? Like, that is the closest, right? Why would that be packing as sad? It's around the active element. Okay, definitely didn't like that. So, I guess medium point is my best bet. Ah, okay. Okay, maybe I can get away with just... There we go. Now it should work. I have far too many hours on Monster Hunter. I should really learn my ways around speedrunning monsters because I'm pretty capable of it. I'm just a dumbass. Yeah, I suppose. Although, mind you, that... Like, I chuckle about, you know, oh, I should learn speedrunning because, like, I'm an idiot. And then I remember, like, I'm also the same person who has 1,000+ hours on the Binding of Isaac. So maybe I really shouldn't be yapping. Like, it's the one time that I don't have the right to yap here. I took one look at Kingdom Hearts speedrunning and went, yeah, no thanks. That shit has so much tech. Yeah, like, I've seen, I think I've already mentioned this multiple times, the randomized Kingdom Hearts runs. That shit's scary. Like, no joke. Okay, so I think, what do I want this next elevation to be? Because obviously, like, I want these to have relatively high elevation in the back here. I may, like, otherwise I could do asymmetric elevation. So I could have, like, this side where the safe houses be lower than, like, say, this side. You'd have the excuse of this being an airport and maybe needing to be slightly higher. I need to do KH2 Rando. That shit looks so fun. Yeah, I believe... What's the app? Archipelago? I think that makes it quite accessible these days. So that might be something you want to look into. So, if I... Hmm. Like, the elevation here is fine, but I'm not sure... Because it feels like the elevation on these maps are just random sometimes. Like, sometimes they make more sense, like in Venice, because it's a second story building and that. But sometimes, like, say in Canada, it almost just doesn't make sense. It feels random. Yeah, there's a modifier for that with a mixed KH1 and KH2 rando. Hmm. I think there's like archipelago. There's like a 8-person speed run where there was like somebody was doing Kingdom Hearts, another one was doing, I believe it was Mega Man Battle Network 3. It could have been 3 or 5, 1 to 2. I'm pretty sure it was 3 though. And then like another person was doing KH2, and like things were getting a bit wild on that run. Like, I don't know how anyone who's watching that could keep track. So, if I wanted to do elevation here, how would I go about elevating a map like this? Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, yeah. And the fun part is, if you're doing runs with other people, which I believe is what Archipelago is generally used for, once somebody finishes their game, or they have to quit early, they can, and the thing just automatically, like, Archipelago automatically releases any items they had in their game to all the other games. So nobody gets soft locked or anything if somebody has to quit out early. Also, there's also KH2 rando races, which are fucking insane. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's the only one that I can't get into. Not for a lack of trying, but for the point that it actually genuinely scares me how good these people are at it. Like, I'm sorry, but like, whenever you and Woon start talking about driving, my brain instantly singing the Asgore song. Driving in my car right after a beer. God, we are so brain rotted. Yeah, unfortunately, I know the exact one you're talking about, Foxy. So, I think I probably... I think I keep this section here at a lower elevation. Finding all 3 chicks in 10 minutes would actually murder me. Like, yeah, no kidding. Like, I saw the check that they were doing for, like, especially in randomizers, Pride Rock. I've seen the checks that they do for those, and I just, like, immediately, like, Lamau, fuck that. Like, there is no way I would be able to do checks like that. Like, that shit's wild. Pride Rock has the most density of chests, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I know that much. Like, Pride Rock... is it Pride Rock and I want to say, was it Disney Castle? Have the most amount of checks at the start of a KH2 speedrun? I know Halloween Town is preferred because the density of checks to the size of the level is quite good. I don't recall Disney Castle being one of them. It might have been because it was a beginner speedrun. But I know Halloween Town's preferred because of the density of checks to the amount of time it takes to clear it. Halloween Town, I do believe, yeah. And then, I believe, is it it's not Disney Castle, you said that much. Which one was I remembering then? Because if it wasn't Disney Castle, it might have been something else. I know people avoid STT because of how long it takes. Like, there have been so many runs where people are like, oh, please don't go to STT. Halloween Town in Caribbean, I heard that one had the most in KH3. I don't know about KH2. Was Caribbean in KH2? I know it was... it's probably like Port Royal, right? Like, I imagine it's Port Royal. Yeah. I know there's several really early checks in Port Royal, but I know that there's a lot of locks behind auto scrolls. So the thing like what was it, the 100, was it 1,000 man challenge or something along those lines? Like there was the battle challenge, and then I think there was also the cave as well. I know everyone goes feral over 100 acre woods. I was gonna say everyone goes feral over that because of Yeet the Bear. That song has been haunting my brain ever since I saw this YouTuber named Cyberchimp use a VR chat model of it. I don't know what it is about that song, but like, I just know for a fact it's gonna show up at some point during the next update of Deltarune. Like, Toby Fox is definitely gonna make a meme out of it. Like, that much I can tell. Yeah, but like 100 Acre Wood is just a fan favorite purely because of Yeet the Bear. And I believe, didn't somebody make a mod where you actually yeet Winnie the Pooh instead of yeeting the honey pot? If I'm not mistaken, like, I'm pretty sure Yeet the Bear is an actual thing. What? Yeah. Like, no kidding, I'm pretty sure, at least from what I've seen in GDQ, there's a mod that yeets the bear. Oh, yeet, yeah. Like, actually just straight up yeets the bear. And, okay, I said I'd keep this slide lower down. So it's mainly these ones. Now, I believe probably Loop cut this. And SY0. So, same on the other side. Loop cut that. SY0. And then sync it up towards there, and then I need to loop cut this as well. Yes. Yeah, the World's Ed tutorial world with rules is slow. Yeah, oh, sorry, not rules, Roxas. I was talking about Deltarune and my brain autocorrected to rules. I am so sorry. Oh, STT is Simulated Twilight Town? Yeah. I misheard that as eat. Yeah, I'm sorry. My dictation is fucking terrible. Oh yeah, I have a short I gotta send you relating to Deltarune. Not sure if you've seen it or not, but it made me laugh. Fair enough. By all means, send away. I need face mode. So I'm thinking, like, I want this to be relatively, I could raise up the sides here. Oh shit, there's an entire website dedicated to KH2 Rando, that's cool. Yeah, like, there's a lot of resources. Like, if you're gonna do any type of randomized speedrun, your two best options, if you ever want to get in randomizers, is Pokemon randomizers and KH2 specifically. Like, those are your two best bets. Now, this could be an annoyance for me. I think maybe the best way would probably be to separate these out and then connect them up later. So, selection. How tall do I want to make this? Because I don't want this to be egregiously tall. Maybe 3 meters and then move this back. Because I want the inclines to be relatively soft. I do recall Land of Dragons also being a good world with checks. Yeah, like, the thing with Land of Dragons, though, is there's a lot of extremely good checks, but they're also skill checks. Like, quite literally skill checks. So, wrong way around. I'll do this way around. Like, isn't there the Sean Wu skip, I believe his name is? Yeah, there's fucking, what's it called? Yeah, Shan Yusuke, thank you. So, I believe I can just bridge edge loops and that will work. Yeah. And like, Sean Skip in randomized is highly dependent on what movement you have at the time. Because isn't there like, you need to have jump and glide, or you have to have, I want to say, wisdom or final form for that particular skip? Yes, with master form reflex spam. Yeah, like that's an option too. So I think this is a decent. Yeah, that works. And then I can lift on this side too. Okay, so scale is 0, and then I want to disconnect this lot. So the way I do that is probably, yeah. And then I can just separate this out. You need to have high jump with master form and plenty of drive recovery on you to spam the drive and reflect. Yeah, that makes sense. But doesn't it get you like, what was it, like 4 or 5 checks? No ethers needed, drive, change, recovers MP. Does it? Actually, honestly, you know what? That makes sense. I was always like, how do they manage to spam it so much? Because that, like, it does tend to take a lot of gauge from what I've been able to muster. But, like, I guess that makes sense. Did I not get this correctly? Or is it just not... I don't think it wants to do by distance. Make sure I don't get any overlap. And then bridge edge loops. Yeah, it should. Yeah, just autofill correctly. Yeah, I remember fighting Sephiroth and changing to drive, recovering my MP. Yeah, honestly, the fact that you needed to drive recovery on Sephiroth does not surprise me. Like, I've seen some bullshit with that fight. I wonder if I could make this go roundabout. Like, have the road come back down this way. It might be a good idea, actually. I'd have to move this building out, though. Beat him on Xbox, beat him again on PC. You mean that Xbox that was lagging to high fucking you were having problems with? He's actually a favorite Kingdom Heart fight of mine. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I know for one reason or another, Sephiroth is really popular with just about everyone. I know that, like, the worst fight to possibly do on a randomized KH run is probably Data Xemnas, right? Because it takes so long. Like, if you had a proof on that, like, it would be a huge problem. Yeah, I had to drop KH 300% on Xbox because Yozaris lasers genuinely dropped my FPS. Like, you would think that they would, you know, make sure that it worked properly before shipping it out, but I suppose not, huh? So G, Y, and just make sure that I am putting these back into the correct spots, because it seems like some of these I have... Why is there some that have just disappeared? What the hell is going on? Why are some of these just straight up not in the correct spots, or just... In fact, they seem to be like duplicates. Why are there duplicates in so many, too? Okay, so these belong... Oh, okay, I must not have grabbed all of them when I... Hi, Tony Terry. How you doing? We are currently yapping about Kingdom Hearts 2 speedruns. I do not know how we got here, but I'm not complaining. Okay, so we got those. That is from that area. How did I even manage to do this? And G. Why? Data Zenith is doable for run. Skipping as big attack as possible, but just lingering will that sucks to have a check behind. Yeah. Like I think most of the data fights are like really ridiculously long if you're trying to do a like a world record run if you were doing rando. Like I can imagine that just being an absolute run destroyer. Okay, so some of these are okay, so those have to be moved across, so that's fine. Still haven't beat LW. That's which one's LW again? Fake runs or real ones? We're talking about the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomized speed run, so it's really just dependent on what your opinion of a real versus fake run is. We're just more specifically talking about tech, I think. And then this needs to be across there. That should... yeah, fill that out. And then these two... there we go. And move that back across where it should be. In general, I have never touched the KH2 data battles. I did all the data battles in KH3 though. Like, I would be really interested to see how KH2 and KH3 data battles compare because, like, I've heard some really mixed things about the data battles. Like, some people say they're extremely easy. Some of them are, like, a lot more difficult. It'd be interesting to see the perspective from somebody who actually plays the games as to how different they are. And instead of, you know, just going off of base of what speedrunners say, because obviously they're going to think the fights are easy. KH2 has custom arenas, KH3 didn't for some reason. That seems a bit odd. I wouldn't know Disney to be lacking behind in their set design, but... what do I know? I am barely making my way through a basic level, so I know jack fuck about designing arenas. Me who knows nothing about Kingdom Hearts, I'm so sorry, Foxy. This went from Monster Hunter Wilds, where I'm the... like, Monster Hunter in general, where I'm basically the only person who doesn't know anything about it, to Kingdom Hearts, where I think Word is the only expert in the chat on this. Like, I'm gonna be real. Okay, so I've basically readjusted the positions of all these, and now I just need to move all of these around. So, these, that is not accessible in this mode, that's fine. So this entire section here, barring that needs to be moved up. So now, this should be in the correct position. The lights should be in the correct areas too. Why the hell is there a second door? I'm just gonna place that there for now and pretend like that didn't happen. Oh. That needs to be moved across. So that needs to go here. KH3 data fights also don't allow you to have Donald and Goof in your party, so no support. So wait, is are data fights in KH3 just solos? If so, that's kind of cool actually. Terrifying, don't get me wrong, but that's pretty cool. Oh god damn it, how did I miss this? Bruh. Solos, yeah. That's a bit spooky. Like, I could vaguely feel my blood pressure raising just at the thought of that, to be honest. Probably have to move this all the way up then. this back to roughly about there. Like, I think the only games that I'd be qualified for speedrunning, possibly, is the Sly Cooper series and probably Spyro 3 specifically. And that's only because, like, if I were to ever do a run of any game, it would not be a traditional speedrun, it'd be a glitch run. Like, without a doubt in my mind, I would just invariably look up every single glitch, or just go through every single glitch that I know of, and then just showcase them all in the same run. One of my friends came up to me and was like, hey, if you can do hard bosses on KH and Monster Hunter, try Souls. Like, I'm like, not yet. Yeah. I've been recommended Elden Ring. I don't know much about Souls-like games. In fact, they kind of scare me. Like, I've tried out, I think it was Dark Souls 3 for like all of 5 minutes. And like, I found it to be fine, I guess. It's just like, it's not quite my thing, you know? They scare me too. But yeah, like, I don't think it scares me in the traditional sense. I think it's just more of the fact that it's less of an interest to me than most other people. Okay, so that's been raised to there. And then this one here, I maybe just want to have an incline that goes off these. Yeah, it seems about right. I'll have to move a lot of these building positions, though, to account for the inclines. Be right back, gotta get my laundry and shower. Yeah, take your time, Wim. Probably move this across quite a bit more, actually. Because, like, if I'm gonna have windows in here, I at least want them to make sense. And then here. Those, and move those across. Okay, I think the heights are fine. So I really just need to make ground for all of these, so you can actually stand on the level. Alright, I think it is time to bring our old friend, the Boxer. So, it's the World Origin, and Cube. Tis Cube time, chat. Let's do 70 times the size. Make sure I scale this down, but first apply scale, and then we go into edit mode for this. You're freed from my Kingdom Hearts yap? I mean, like, to be fair, I don't mind yapping. It's always nice to have the perspective from somebody who knows what they're talking about for a change. And besides, you'll hear me yap about 3D modeling on a daily basis. Okay, and slightly down. Okay, cool. That should give me, hopefully, enough space. Although, the only thing is I need to be careful flickering. Extruding these out individually should give me the shape of the map. General, and then I can just work from there. Any additional areas I can just extrude out and we'll be fine. Okay, now make sure I Clean up these sides. And make sure it's not sticking into the pier. I'm doing good. I'm just trying to sculpt. Got bored and now I'm here. Yeah, fair enough. What were you trying to sculpt? If you don't mind me asking. I should actually probably do another sculpt stream at some point. I haven't done one in a while. Alright, which building do you belong to? You are a flat piece that goes that way. But I don't see a building that's missing a stone wall piece. Strange. Whose child is this? Like, I literally cannot see any gaps in these buildings. An elf? Ooh, neat. Okay, so that's the back side. So, it's probably... Ah, found it. Whose child is this? Is all I heard from your mouth. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, I felt as though that was an appropriate reaction to the situation. Alright, do we have any more missing children? Or am I free to go back to extruding and whatnot? We do, in fact, have more missing children. Alright. Which one do you belong to? Right here? That works for me. And move this along. Cool. Do we have anything else? And I actually want to move this to map layout. Ground layout. You know what? That one's going into the quote book. Yeah, fair enough. Make sure you add the context, because I feel like the context just makes it better. Now, these are for ramps. So, making sure I move these along. Wait, how did these get moved downwards? I must have had them selected again at some point. There we go, and move these to... They're not technically props, are they? I feel like these would technically class as map layout. And Control F2, set name, new, and ramp. Alright, cool. So we have those into a collection, and this is dock. And move that to the map layout. Yep. Alright, so I think I've got everything here. Now, I'll start extruding this out. Now, this still needs to be moved towards here, just so there's an outer edge to this. And then this slot here needs to be, like, the entire height needs to be raised. So, extrude this out. And then these ones need to be moved out. Alright, so this one here I can just move that towards here, and that should... Yep. It's good. Now I need to... Okay, that's the only problem with this. Is the fact that I do need the section here to go upwards. So how would I go about increasing the height of this overall? Also, I just realized I'm going to have to raise the height of all of these buildings. Okay, so those got raised. So it's just anything regarding this tower section. So that should be all of them, I think. Okay. Easy. I believe I rose this up by 5 meters originally. Okay, no, it was 3. I forgot the slot as well. Need to be careful of those lights and the props in general. Nope. Not you though. Now we should be pretty much set. Oh yeah, it's going to be a whole bunch of props I need to set up too. Now, the airfield, I'm definitely going to have to increase the size of, and I'm going to have to edit the position of the aircraft hangar to match. Because obviously there's going to need to be a lot of area for the planes to take off. So maybe I want to extrude these up to match the height of the roads. Okay, too high. Okay, so that should be good now. And then I need to do something about the things here. Can I get away with leveling these maybe? No, I cannot. At least I don't think so. I'd basically need to separate these out into different sections, I think, if I want to get away with doing this. Like, I'd need to share this off, I think. That, and move these back towards where they should be. And then shift Y to move that way. Now if I bevel this, should hopefully, oh, I just need to edge slide this basically. Although, I think I might have dug myself a hole with this one. Maybe I need to start the extrusion further back? Like, only have it extruded up to this point here maybe. This for now. And out of local mode. And extrude this. Except it will not let me. Where'd you go? Shield. Nope, not that one. That one, please. Thank you. X. Alright, now we should be good in terms of height on this one. Just need to lower this down a bit. Oh, that was a mistake. I just want to do that. Now, I do need to do something about this. And I know that part's flat, so maybe increasing the total height of this isn't the worst idea. And then move this down just slightly enough. And now what I can probably get away with doing is making another loop cut here. Make sure it's aligned there, and then use this one and roll it across. So now we should have... That's probably the height that I'm looking for. Alright, that should be good. Now if I grab this, I should be able to just move it across, and then merging this all together should be fine. So now we have that against there. And I should actually just be able to have that sloping through. So now it's just the same on this area here. So making sure that I get a nice good loop cut in here. Make sure it's there, and extrude that upwards so it matches the height. Back down, and then this one across, and then that. I need to make sure I have that one too. There we go. Now I should be able to merge this all together. It should be fine. Okay, so the slopes look to be good. Now, I just want to double check to make sure the height's good on all this. And I do need to keep this section in here in mind. I can do some smaller ramps, otherwise I can just... Actually, how tall is Sly compared to the boardwalk anyway? Where is my character size comp? That's the one on the ship. I want to keep that there for the time being. And this one is just embedded into the ramp. There we go. So depending on the height of this compared to the height of the wall. Okay, that's barely a double jump, so I'm going to say that's probably fine. I don't need any additional ramps for the time being. So it's really just a matter of getting all of this into position now. So I think I want to move this one inward. And the reason why I want to do that is because if I move this in, like I move it across, I can have this road loop back around and back through here. And I think having that loop completed would probably make for a better level. At least that's what it feels like to me. Like, just having the loop back makes most sense in terms of a road. So I got that. I'll just edit the size of this to reflect that. So now I got that going. Then be right back. Okay, Foxy, take your time. This one here. I want to merge these two basically. So the best way to do that would be to 0. Have these two. And then I want to make these the same size. It just makes, well, I say it makes the most sense. It just makes sense from a structural standpoint. I mean, it'd be a bit goofy if roads weren't a standardized size, wouldn't it? Okay, so the white here. And now I should just be free to get rid of that one. And this one here. So delete those, and then grabbing these, well, at least this vertex here. Just try and make it relatively similar. And I should just be able to extrude this out. X0. I want to try and line this up here. X that. And then this could be a bit of a pest, we'll see. So I want to get rid of these two. Edge faces I want to remove. This across, and I should just be able to bridge edge loops. Okay, yeah, that works. I'll have to do some editing here. In fact, I'm actually going to extrude this one out and then bridge the edge loops on this. And that makes the most sense. These. There we go. We've got a road that loops around there. I should probably do the same on this side as well. Although I haven't really decided on that yet. I mean, like, it's not a huge change. Also, I just realized what that looks like. I'm probably going to have to keep some semblance of sanity here. Refrain and not make a loop. I swear, chat, that was not on purpose. Anyway, how does it look in material preview mode? I know that these were generated from the get-go. Shouldn't be too bad. I'll give this the green color that I gave the other one. So, go to shading. And where's my ground? Got there, and what did I set this as? Placeholder. Here we go. Not very descriptive of me, but here we are, I guess. Alright, so that should be fine today. I mean, like, it's a pretty back with a shadow. Aw. I'll say hi to Shadow briefly before I end off, because it is 5 o'clock now, and I do have a few more things I need to do tonight. But in terms of amount of work that I've done today, like, it's not too bad considering the fact that I had to change the entire layout of the map, essentially. My lord, she is loud. She makes herself known. I figured as much. Like, Shadow sounds like a very talkative cat. So, just throw that up for you. Save there, and which side? Do I have anyone for you to raid tonight? Do I? No, unfortunately. I thought I would. I genuinely thought I would. But it seems like everyone is offline. Honestly, fair. People should be sleeping right about now. Anyway, I shall see y'all tomorrow, where hopefully I should be more or less done with the landscaping, so I can just add in things like pipes and rope and that sort of thing like I was intending to do this week. Still got a lot of those to do. Anyway, see y'all tomorrow.